Welcome to the Life After Plus One podcast, where we turn life's lemons into delightful lemonade. Get ready for inspiring stories, uplifting conversations, and all the tips and tricks to rock your single parent journey with style. I'm your host, Leanne, and it's time to embrace the adventure of Life After Plus One. So, let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to Life After Plus One. I'm Leanne, your podcast host and your single parent mentor and coach. And today, it's New Year's Eve. As this goes to air, and if you're listening in real time, then happy New Year's. I mean, it's not New Year's yet, it's New Year's Eve. But if you're not listening in real time, then it is New Year's. It's 2025. So happy New Year to everyone. And thank you for everyone that's been out there listening throughout the year and taking on this amazing advice and support for you single parents. And today, I want to talk about you. What do you want? As we go into 2025, I want you to really think about, what do you want? And I don't want to sit here and talk about setting New Year's resolutions and these big unrealistic goals, because let's be honest, so many people out there, they set goals for New Year's and they set all these New Year's resolutions, but how many people actually follow through with them? So today, I don't want to put the attention on setting unrealistic resolutions. I want to put it on focusing on, what do you want to get out of 2025? Because you don't want to keep going through life just hoping for the best, just hoping something good will happen, just hoping some amazing partner will land on your lap. Well, not physically, but you know what I mean. And just hoping that you'll get this amazing job opportunity and hoping that things will amazingly work out with your ex. I mean, it's nice to have all these things happen, but you don't just want to continue day by day, keep living life without even thinking about what you want. You just live your life, and if it happens, then yeah, great. If it doesn't, then oh well, it doesn't happen. What I want to get at today is I want you to actually work out what you want. And having these kind of goals, it gives you something to strive for, and it gives you something to actually look back on in the year and say, okay, I have made progress. Or yeah, you know what? I have done something good with my year. And it's not about just getting to the end of the year and going, oh, well, that was just another shit year, or this is just another New Year's Eve. Well, no big deal. But it isn't a big deal. It is something, because that's what life's about. It's about accomplishing stuff. It's about getting out there and doing things with our life. And it's about trying to be the best person we can be, not about just like, nah, another year, no big deal. Why is it not a big deal? Why can you not celebrate this amazing year that you've had? And if it's not amazing, then this is your time to start making it amazing. This is your time to start working out, what is it that you want, so you can start looking forward to things and you can start getting to New Year's Eve and being happy about it. Go, yeah, that was a hard year, but it was a great year. And you know what? Next year's going to be even better. That's what it's about. You don't want to live in this negative Nancy phase and be glass half empty about everything. Go, nah, it's just another New Year's Eve. Nah, it's just another year. No big deal. Make it a big deal. Make your life something worth celebrating. And to do that, I want you to really work out, what do you want? Because for you as a single parent, I want you to feel like you have purpose. I want you to be motivated to do better. I want you to have accountability of your life and making positive changes. And most importantly, I want you to be in a more positive mind frame. And by having goals and by seeing that you've accomplished things and by seeing that you're actually getting things done, it puts you in a better frame of mind. It puts you in a better headspace. It's like, yeah, shit, I've done that. That's freaking awesome. So I want you to go into 2025 and really work out, what do you want? And whilst you're there, I want you to look at what you've done in 2024. And you might think, no, I've done nothing. But I guarantee you have. You just may not realize it. And it could be something as simple as you've worked out a healthier co-parenting arrangement. It could be something as simple as you're learning to not get triggered by your ex. These are just things that you can work towards, because let's be honest, when we break up from our ex, not everybody is in that situation where they can co-parent well, where they are not triggered by their ex, where they get upset by everything that they do. These are things that you can strive towards because you want to have a healthy co-parenting arrangement. Even if you don't like your ex, you want to get to a place where you're not emotionally attached to anything they do. And it's just about them being the other parent to your kids. And that is a great goal to have. So work out things that you want to do, things that you can work towards. And if you don't know how to do it, then hey, let's have a chat. I want to do a goal setting chat with you where you can work towards achieving big things in your life. And even if it's not achieving something big and amazing, it could just be something little that you haven't done before. But it's all about taking those little baby steps that are progress towards making the big goals and towards making those big goals happen. Those little things that you do on a daily basis make up towards these big goals. This is all part of it. And one thing that a lot of people forget is that goals don't happen overnight. Dreams don't happen overnight. These big things that people want in life don't happen overnight. It's these small little steps we do on a daily basis that help us get towards this. So you might be in a phase where you start being nice to your ex one time. Then all of a sudden they're horrible to you in return. So you think, oh, fuck it. I was nice to them once. They're not nice to me. So then you just go back to that spiral again. It's not going to change if you just be nice to them once and then it stops again. You've got to keep that behavior going. Keep that pattern going. Don't be triggered by them. So if you want that drama, you want that toxicity to stop, then it's got to stop. Then learn to communicate differently. Start being nicer. Start engaging in their drama. Stop being triggered by what they say. Just communicate to them on a neutral ground where you're not judging them, you're not critiquing them, you're not picking on them. It's just a neutral ground where you can talk to them without getting triggered and without any arguing. And to do that, it doesn't happen overnight. You've got to take these small steps to communicate differently, to handle things differently. And these things will gradually work to later down the track having a healthy co-parenting arrangement, or healthier, I should say. And we may be healthy. Who knows where you're at? And that's what it's all about. And as a single parent, it's not just about dealing with your ex. There's more things to life than just your ex. You don't want to go into 2025 and the only goal you have is to be able to talk to your ex better. I mean, hey, if you're not there yet, then that is one goal to have. But there's so many other things and so many other dreams and anything, passions that you might want to accomplish. And you might just think, well, what's the point? It never happens. It doesn't matter. You don't have to accomplish everything in life. But it's great to have goals. It's great to have dreams and passions and things that light you up. And as a single parent, when we get so run down and you feel like you're just hitting a wall and all you do is work and parent and work and parent, you need something for yourself. You need something that you can look forward to and something that lights you up. You need your dreams. You need your passions. And yes, our kids are our passion. They're our life. They're everything. But we need something for us, because there's eventually going to be a day when those kids are going to be old enough and they're going to want to move out and they're going to get married and they're going to have their own life. And then what? They've moved out, and then you see it so often where parents become empty nesters, or single parents become empty nesters, and they're like, what do I do? Because their whole life was consumed by their kids and their kids have now moved on. And they're like, well, shit, I've got nothing. This is why it's so important, whilst your kids are young, to start living your life for you as well. Yes, live your life for your kids, but live your life for you. You need something. So when it comes to a time when your kids are moving out and your kids are in relationships and getting jobs and traveling and doing their own thing, you can think, wow, that's great that they're doing that. This is my time to get out and date more. This is my time to do that business. This is my time to travel and take some solo trips. This is my time to take an adult-only holiday and travel with my mates and travel with my girlfriends and have a fun holiday where I can let my hair down. So when you're having these goals and you've planned towards this, well, not so much planning towards having a great life when your kids have moved on. It's about having these things in your life that you can look forward to, having these passions and having something for yourself, so you're not so lost later down the track when they do want to move off and live their own life and do their own things. So start working out what you want. Start working out what lights you up. Have your dreams, have your passions, have something for you. And it's not about setting these big, crazy, unrealistic goals. I want you just to work out a list of things that you want to do for 2025. And like I said, it could be as something as just basic as communicating to your ex in a way where there's no fighting. It could be learning about investing. Maybe investing is something that you've wanted to dip your toes into, but you've been too scared and not knowing where to start. Maybe you can start listening to podcasts or watching some YouTube videos on investing and start getting the ball rolling, because it doesn't just happen on its own. You take these small little steps. Maybe you've always wanted to learn a new language. Maybe you've wanted a new job and you've hated it for so long, but you just don't have the courage to do anything different because you know you're getting paid well. So you're just living out this life with this job that makes you miserable and you're not feeling fulfilled, but you're sticking it out because it pays your bills. So maybe this year is your time to start researching courses of things that you're more passionate about. Maybe this is your year where you can start researching how to start a small business on your own. Maybe this year you can speak to your boss and step back and start working 3 days a week instead of 5 days a week. Cut back on your hours so you can use those other days for yourself. You can use those other days to be more active. You can use those other days just to be a parent and be more involved in your kid's life. Or you can use those other days to start looking around for another job. Use this time to start working out, what do you want? Now we're in a new year. It's not officially, but as we go into 2025, I want you to really focus on what you want. Don't be one of those people that says, New Year's resolutions. It's just another new year. No big deal. Make it a big deal and be proud of what you've done. Even if it's something so small, like you've saved $200, who cares? Well, I don't mean that in a rude way, but I mean that's something to celebrate. You celebrate the things that you've accomplished, because maybe that $200 is a huge deal for you because you've never been able to save and you've been stuck in debt for so long, and that $200 that you've put aside is a big deal for you. Celebrate your small wins, because it's these small wins that will get you to your big wins. It's these small wins that will make you feel more motivated and will make you just want to get up and do more. Because when you start accomplishing more in life and you start getting things done, it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And then you give yourself something else to want to do. You give yourself something else that you want to strive towards. Like, yep, okay, that's done. Next, what can I do next? So if you set yourself these small little list or small little tasks of things that you want to do where you're not aiming too high, you make these realistic goals or realistic to-do things, because if you don't want to set these unrealistic resolutions, then do a to-do list if you don't want to word it like that. Make a to-do list of things that you want to do. Keep it as basic as possible. So once you've done it, you can cross it off and then you feel empowered. You feel like you're actually doing something with your life, because that's what it's about. You want to feel fulfilled in life. You don't want to be just in Groundhog Day every day. You want to wake up knowing, okay, I've done that and this is freaking amazing. What's next? So for this year, for 2025, I want you to really work out what you want. I don't want you to get to the end of the next year and next New Year's Eve comes around and you think to yourself, well, shit, I've done nothing this year. I want you to achieve something. I want you to do big things with your life. And to do those big things, you need to make those small little things happen. And to do those small little things, it's about making these little changes on a daily basis. And that could mean avoiding hanging around with people that make you feel shit, because that's not what you want. It could be working towards getting a new friend group and socializing more with different people. It could be not spending on things, being more smart with your money. It could be learning to not just date anyone and being smarter when it comes to the dating world so you don't get so heartbroken and you don't get screwed over. Setting your boundaries, being more confident in yourself, knowing your self-worth. Know what you want. Write it down. And I want you to keep that list somewhere where it's visible so you can go back every now and then, maybe once a week or once a fortnight, however often you want to. Go back and have a look at it. And then just remind yourself, if though you haven't done those things, then create little steps of what you can do to make these things happen. And then if you have done them, cross it out. And then maybe you can add something new. So the point in today's episode was just a little pep talk to remind you that your year is worth celebrating. Your year is worth looking back on going, yes, I've achieved amazing shit. And amazing shit doesn't have to be huge shit. It could be something little that made you feel good. And that was huge for you. I want you to celebrate your life as a single parent. I want you to celebrate what you have achieved. And it could just be leaving that toxic relationship that was making you feel shit. And that's something you were thinking about doing for years. Because quite often when people are in these relationships, it's not something that happens overnight. It's a process that can take years. And you finally had the balls to say, you know what, I'm done, I'm out. And that is something worth celebrating. You had the self-worth and the confidence in yourself to know your place and to know your value. And that person wasn't appreciating your value or your worth. And that is something worth celebrating in you because you had the courage to move on. And if that's all you achieved in this year, then celebrate it. Celebrate your small wins. And most importantly, know what it is that you want. Don't just go into another year thinking, yep, okay, it's 2025. I've got a week off. I'll go back to work next week or in 2 weeks' time. Most people have time off over Christmas. Not everyone does, but most people do. And don't just go back to work when you start work in January or whenever you're there next. It could be today or tomorrow that you're back at work. Whenever you're at work next, I don't just want you to keep going in this routine going, yep, okay, it's another year. Same old, same old. Well, start making some positive changes. If you're in that mindset where it's just same old, just another year, then do something. Work out what you want and work out things or steps that you can make to make it happen. So you're not just in this rut of everyday life. You've got things to look forward to. You've got things that make you feel good. You've got things that motivate you. And you can do this all on your own. And I can also guarantee you, when you're doing this, if you're at a place where you're not good with your ex, where there is drama, where it is quite toxic, when you start doing these things for you, you worry less about your ex because you're focusing on you and doing things that make you feel good. And that's empowering and that's what you want. You want to feel good in yourself. So start focusing on doing things for you, doing things that light you up, doing things that motivate you. So for 2025, your New Year's resolution is to work out what you want. That's it. That's simple. Write your list, keep it somewhere handy, and go back to it throughout the year. And then cross it off and update it if need be. Because I don't want any of you to have just another year. And also, I don't want you to use the excuse of saying, oh, my friends are busy at New Year's Eve, so I don't have any plans. It's just another New Year's Eve. I'm just going to stay home alone. I don't have anything to do. Well, make your own plans. Last New Year's Eve, I went away and stayed at a nice, beautiful hotel, just me and my daughter. We did it for 2 nights. We checked in on New Year's Eve. No, actually, we checked in the day before New Year's Eve, and we checked out on New Year's Day. We stayed there for 2 nights, had a beautiful pool. It was over the ocean. Such a beautiful spot. And I didn't need anyone else. I thought, you know what? I'm not making plans where it doesn't end up right, or we don't end up having fun, or we've got to do what other people want to do, or worrying about all this other stuff. I thought, I'm just making my own plans just for me and my daughter. So don't use the fact that you've got no plans as an excuse to have a shit New Year's Eve or a shit start to the new year. Make your own plans. You're an adult. Do something. Plan your own fun and start your New Year's on a high note, not on a shitty note, because you've got no one to celebrate with. You've got your kids. And if your kids are at the other parents, then take a solo trip away. Take some time away for yourself. Stop relying on other people to make you happy. You can create your happiness, not other people. So don't go into the year because you don't have any plans and so it's going to be shit. Don't go into the new year thinking, I had a shit start to the year, so it's going to be a shit year. Create your own fun. Create what you want to do. And that was my goal for last year. I want to start 2024 on a high note. So I started it on a positive by taking that 2-night stay away with just me and my daughter for New Year's Eve. So we left on 2024. We came back into the start of 2025. And that, I loved it. Loved it. Still thinking about doing something like that again this year. Haven't booked it, haven't planned it. By the time this goes to air, maybe I will. Who knows? I'm a very last minute kind of person. But create your fun and work out what you want. I do not want you to be sad and upset because you're a single parent and you've got no one to celebrate with. No. You work out what you want and you create your fun. And that's what this episode was about. You working out what you want and you learning to be happy from that. Learning to be motivated by knowing what you wanted. Learning to be accountable. Learning to have purpose by knowing what you want. You've got things to strive towards. You've got things that you want to achieve. You've got things that are making you feel good. And that's what you want to get out of this year. And that's how you should start this year, on a high note, by knowing what you want. This year is your year to say, fuck it. I am out to achieve things. I am out to do shit with my life. I want you to get rid of that attitude of it's just another new year. It's just another celebration. It's just another day. No, make it a day worth celebrating. Make it a year worth celebrating. You are worth celebrating. And don't forget that. And if you want some help setting some goals, if you want some help just assessing where you're at, and working out how to make that positive change, then that's why I am here. Let's chat. Let's work out some steps to help guide you to a more positive direction where you can step away from your ex, where you can be emotionally detached from your ex, and you can achieve big things as a single parent. Because trust me, you can. And that's what it's about, achieving what you want. All right. Thank you again, everyone. And thank you for listening week after week and listening throughout 2024. It's been a fucking amazing year. And I hope you've all had an amazing year. And like I just said earlier, I still don't know what I'm doing for New Year's Eve yet. But hey, I'm sure something amazing will happen. I'm putting it out there to the universe that something amazing will happen. So thank you, everyone. Have a fucking amazing 2025 and an amazing New Year's Eve. And you know the drill. If you do want more support, if you want any coaching, then I'm here to help you. All those details are in the show notes, and you can also find them on my website where I'm available for a free chat. If you're not ready to talk to me, then I do have those ebooks available, and there'll be more of them coming out in 2025. So thank you again, everyone. Love you all, and I wish you all the best on your journey as a single parent in 2025. And until next year, I'll be in your ears then. Thank you for joining us on the Life After Plus One podcast. If you loved what you heard today and looking for some further support, then jump onto our website, lifeafterplusone.com. Plus, don't forget to check out our Instagram page for further resources and inspo. You can find all the links in the show notes. And remember, you're not alone on this path. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. And in the meantime, keep thriving, keep growing, and keep exploring your amazing life after plus one.